The Department of Veterans Affairs, or VA, is facing significant workforce reductions under the Trump administration. The proposed cuts aim to reduce the VA's workforce by over 70,000 employees. This would bring staffing levels back to those seen in 2019. The cuts come at a time when the VA is experiencing increased demand for its services. The VA's workforce grew substantially under the Biden administration. This was partly due to the PACT Act, which expanded healthcare benefits for veterans. It also led to a surge in new patients seeking care. The proposed cuts would significantly impact the VA's ability to serve these veterans. The Trump administration argues that the cuts are necessary to improve efficiency. They claim the VA is bloated and bureaucratic. They promise to reinvest savings into better support systems for veterans. However, critics argue that these cuts will harm veterans and their families. They fear that veterans will face longer wait times and reduced access to crucial services. The proposed cuts have generated significant controversy. Veterans groups, labor unions, and many politicians have voiced their opposition. They are concerned that the cuts will harm veterans. Legal challenges are also expected. The debate highlights the complex challenges facing the VA. It also reveals the deep divisions over the role of government in providing for its veterans. The Trump administration justifies the VA workforce cuts by emphasizing the need for greater efficiency. They argue that the VA has become bloated and bureaucratic. They claim that reducing the workforce will streamline operations and eliminate wasteful spending. The administration promises that any savings from these cuts will be reinvested directly into programs and services that benefit veterans. To achieve these reductions, the VA is collaborating with the Department of Government Efficiency, led by Elon Musk. This partnership aims to identify areas where staffing can be reduced without compromising the quality of care for veterans. The VA is also offering a deferred resignation program to incentivize employees to leave voluntarily. The legal and administrative processes for these workforce reductions are already underway. The VA has issued internal memos outlining the restructuring initiative. They have set deadlines for various stages of the plan, including reporting requirements for VA offices and the submission of reorganization plans. These plans will be reviewed by both the Office of Personnel Management and the Office of Management and Budget. The administration's push for efficiency within the VA reflects a broader trend of workforce reductions across federal agencies. This trend is driven by a desire to reduce government spending and streamline operations. However, critics argue that these cuts are often made without fully considering the potential consequences for the services these agencies provide. The proposed VA workforce cuts have been met with fierce opposition from various groups, including labor unions, veterans organizations, and Democratic lawmakers. They argue that the cuts will have a devastating impact on veterans' access to essential healthcare and benefits. They fear that the reductions will lead to longer wait times, reduced quality of care, and a decline in the overall effectiveness of the VA. Everett Kelly, the president of the American Federation of Government Employees, has been a vocal critic of the proposed cuts. He argues that reducing the VA workforce will only exacerbate existing problems within the agency. Kelly believes that the VA is already understaffed and struggling to meet the needs of a growing veteran population. Democratic lawmakers have also expressed their concerns. They argue that the cuts are driven by an ideological agenda rather than a genuine desire to improve the VA. Senator Patty Murray has criticized the administration for prioritizing cost-cutting measures over the well-being of veterans. She and other Democratic lawmakers have vowed to fight against the proposed cuts. The opposition to the VA workforce reductions highlights the deep divisions over the role of government in providing for its veterans. While the administration argues that these cuts are necessary to improve efficiency and reduce government spending, critics believe that they represent a betrayal of the country's commitment to those who have served. The potential impact of the proposed VA workforce reductions on veterans is a subject of intense debate and concern. While the administration maintains that the cuts will not negatively affect veterans' access to care, many fear that the opposite will be true. Veterans rely on the VA for a wide range of services, including healthcare, disability benefits, education, and job training. Cuts to the workforce could lead to longer wait times, reduced availability of appointments, and a decline in the quality of care. The PACT Act, passed in 2022, significantly expanded healthcare benefits for veterans exposed to toxic substances during their service. This led to a surge in new patients seeking care from the VA. The proposed workforce reductions come at a time when the VA is already struggling to meet the increased demand for its services. The cuts could also have a significant impact on the morale and well-being of VA employees. The uncertainty and fear surrounding potential job losses can create a stressful work environment, potentially leading to decreased productivity and a decline in the quality of care provided. The long-term implications of these workforce reductions on the future of VA care remain unclear. However, the cuts raise serious concerns about the government's commitment to providing for its veterans. As the debate continues, it is crucial to prioritize the needs of veterans and ensure that they have access to the quality care and
Like,
support
comment,
they deserve.
subscribe.